All right, guys, good afternoon. I believe you can hear me and I believe you can also see my screen. All right, in case you can't just hear me, just drop a message in the chat box and let me know that you can't hear me. Other than that, welcome to today's live session with us at EasyFX Academy. We'll be kicking off soon. All right, so maybe just this is already 4 minutes past 2, so by around 6 or so, in the next 2-3 minutes we'll be kicking off. So just sit back and relax till then. Hours. All right, guys. So let's just get into it right now. This is already 7 past 2. Um, all right, so I'm just going to start from Euro AUD. I'm going to look at about maybe 4 or 5 commodities, and then I'll give you my current bias on all of them, and then you can just decide to, pick up anyone that you'd love to work with. And definitely, as you should know by now, I'm also going to give you my entry criteria. So like I always say, right, beyond the fact that I've given you an entry zone or a POI that you've marked out, you should also be able to have entry criteria for those zones. All right, so reasons exactly that you'll be taking that trade, and if at all those reasons are not met, then to be wise of you, and yes, wise of you is the word. All right, to keep your money where your account is. All right, so without taking too much time, let's start from Euro AED on the 1 hour time frame. Currently, we are seeing that Euro AED is probably going to continue bullish. All right, and what we can see is that number one, we also understand that price is going to be looking out for liquidity to sweep. So this is the most likely course of action. All right, or it might actually just continue towards the upside either way. But one thing that we know for sure is that price should at least come towards this fair value gap left behind here on the 1 hour time frame. All right, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to see if we can find a re-entry, or maybe on the lower time frame, maybe on the 15 or even the 5 minutes for us to use. All right, so very interesting. This is a current drop based drop. So just forgive me. Let me quickly mark out a few things here before we go on. Uh, let me just confirm. Again, you will also realize that most of the trades that we take, or most of the trades that we're going to be taking, are also going to be aligned with whatever we're seeing from the higher time frame. All right, so we're basically doing we're basically doing top-down analysis in that wise. So this is the current trend line support. All right, even though this touch already price already broke below it, but if we're going based off of that, let's see on the 30. Initially, I was going to mark out this region here on the higher time frame, which would have been another drop-based drop. This was going to be the region I would have loved to look out for sales from. All right, but seeing that currently we've had price sweeping this high, all right, which was the previous one that was being kept away, something like this. All right, that just, and if you notice again from the higher time frame, we're seeing bullishness, right? So that's why I didn't mark out this, job-based drop supply and this one too, right? That's exactly why I feel like it won't work out. But all the same, let's use this instead. So one thing I usually love working with rather, is a break and retest. All right, so I think we can use this for the meantime, assuming we can still get a solid break and retest out of that region. All right, so for me, I'll maybe on EURAD 15 minutes time frame, you might watch out for this. All right, and if we are using that, then let's see where our entries would be and stop loss and whatnot would be. Let's work with this, and let's work with this. So this is about 1:5 trade. I'm going to write the entry point and everything else on the screen. So for me, my entry will be around 1.67, 67172. 67172. Stop loss 1.670. 0.670. What is it? 67097. And take profit would be 1.67530. All right, for a very short buy off of EURAD. In that wise, your TP1, all right, for those who might be, interested in using that, sorry. If you're going to be interested, your TP1 can be around here before price actually gets to the final TP. Your TP1 can be here, 1.67306. 1.67306. So I hope that is clear for Euro AUD. Yeah, I hope that's clear for Euro AUD. All right, so I hope that's clear for Euro AUD. Let's quickly go on. Let's look at. I think I was seeing something previously, either on ADCHF or ADJPY. Yes, ADCHF. So this already looks like something that we might be able to get in, but no taking for Euro AD and even this ADCHF I'm going to be giving you right now. The entry criteria for both those trades are break and retest. So you're looking for a break out of that zone, then a retest towards the 50% of that region, and then you can walk into it for your buy or for your sell. So in this case, all right, again, I'm watching out for a break and retest. So because I'm seeing that price has entered that region doesn't mean I'm going to be entering for the sales right now. All right, but for this, let me mark out, or let me write out the values for this also. Entry 0.5. So let me just get the coordinates more precisely. 0.56494 for the entry. 0.56494. Stop loss 0.56512. Take profit 0.56365. And this is going to be about a 1:7 trade, right? So again, we are not going to be entering this trade if we do not get to see a clear break and retest. So once the price break out of this region, which it looks like we're going to see already, then once the price come towards it, maybe even the 50% of that zone, and then we get ourselves. All right, so in case you're wondering where the coordinates for my zone, the region I'm expecting to be broken, rather, the coordinates are between 0.56505 and 0.56482. 0.56505 and 0.56482. So that'll be it for ADCHF. So we've done ADCHF, we've done Euro AD. At this point, if you have any commodities you might want us to look at together, just drop it in the chat box and we'll look at it together. We'll look at them together rather. So let's see. I'm still going to be treating some of the USD pairs. So in case you're wondering, this was my expectation during the course of the week for GN. I was still expecting to see a little bit of retracement before that push towards the upside, but we didn't get that. Immediately market just opened on Saturday night. Price just kept on going, kept on going. Let's see that. Let's see, would we be able to identify anything here right now? So I'm just checking right now on GN if I can find anything that I would be interested in. If not, we'll just move to the dollar pairs for today. All right, so nothing from here. So let's just go to the dollar pairs. Let's start from EU. So we'll do EU, we'll do GU, and personally, I would not be doing. I would not want to do gold. All right, but maybe we'll just touch up on it because I know a lot of you would or a lot of you love to trade gold. So let's look at EU first. Let's start from the 4-hour time frame. All right, so price is here right now. Let's see how this would play out. I think I'll just work with the 50%. So give me a minute, please. Let me just mark it out. So the current reactions that we're seeing inside that zone gets to tell me that that zone most likely will be broken out rather. And if that happens, but let's look at it anyway before we make any conclusion. But if that happens, then definitely the next target for EU would be around here. This previous support 1.02648, and this will be the next target around 1.01790. And but all the same, let's still look at it together. 30 minutes time frame. What's the word I want to use? I'm very tempted to mark this region out. I am very tempted to mark this region out for a sell. Very, very tempted, but I want to be very, very cautious also. Let me mark it out properly. Yeah. So let's see 15. Now I'm just going based off of what I'm seeing from current price action, telling me that price looks to still be bearish. And that wise, I want to see the current reactions that we're seeing. So like I said earlier, we've seen the first touch inside this zone, price came out, came back the second time, price has come back out and come back into it a third time. Now the general school of thought will tell you that when you see this type of thing happens, where it gets a zone gets tapped into one, two, three times already, you should throw away the idea of that zone being weak. I mean that for the fact that that's support, so to speak, in this case, has held up for a long enough time, you should expect that that support will still hold, all right, some more, all right, and then push towards the upside. So for something like this, and in that case, you'll be expecting maybe a sweep of something like this. You'll be expecting this type of sweep to happen. Sorry, let me mark that out a bit better. So maybe something like this, a sweep of this trend line liquidity left behind here. Now, whilst this is a very, very plausible thing to look at, what I'm also being careful of is the current market structure. And from the higher time frame, from the 4-hour time frame, for example, let's just look at that together. From the 4-hour time frame, what we are seeing right now, interesting. What we're seeing right now from the 4-hour time frame is that this guy might actually continue bullish. I'm just noticing that. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Most like we said for ADCHF, or ADCHF and Euro AED, I'm going to work with that same break and retest for this. So what basically we're looking out for is the reactions that we get to see when price comes into this zone. I'm going to explain how you take up your trades up of that. So this will be the zone that we'll be using right now. Coordinates between 1.04286 and 1.04159. Again, 1.04286 and 1.04159. That will be the current coordinates that the current coordinate of the zone that I've marked out. Now, this is what I'm going to be expecting. Two things. Number one, either we get to see this. I'm sorry, give me a minute. So either we get to see this, price respecting this trend line resistance here, and then we get to see that still. The playboy, hello papa. Ha. You know why I'm saying ha like this? Because somebody called me papa. All right, but hello to you to the playboy. How are you doing? So like I said, either one of this, or we get to see something like this. All right, and then I'm going to explain what exactly you should be doing. So like I said, we're going to be using the breakout test for this. All right, so, and I'm going to explain how exactly you're going to, or how you can, make use of that. So this is what you would do. One of the things I usually like to incorporate into my trading is candlestick patterns. Why? Because if you understand the way a candlestick is formed, it's able to tell you the propensity of price to either go towards the downside or towards the upside. So for an example, for example, rather, if you see this, something like this candle being formed, which is if you have been on this stream before, you know we call the rejection candle. So if you see something like this, you'll be expecting that price should give you a solid enough drop, right? A solid enough drop from where we are right now, right? So if you see something like this, it gets stated that, oh, the current open price, all right, for this candle during this time frame, all right, the open price was actually, like this is a bearish candle, the open price was a lot lower than the close price, for example. All right, and then you see maybe this being a bullish candle, but whatever you're seeing is that you're seeing a rejection from here, from somewhere around here, meaning that there was enough force, or there was a substantial amount of sellers willing to push price towards the downside. All right, so you have this type of candlestick being formed, the rejection candle. The opposite is the case when you have something like this, all right, towards the upside, right, which gets to tell you that from whatever region below here, there was substantial support to push price towards the upside. All right, so, and that means the buyers were stronger. All right, so one thing that we'll just do for the meantime, since price hasn't gotten there yet, all right, and we might not even be on this call when price will get there, but all the same, sorry, one thing we'll just do is this. Once you get to see price coming here, look out for the candle, the last candle that closes inside that zone. All right, so if you see, for example, the last candle that closes inside that zone, if you see like this initial one I drew, all right, this initial one I drew, the first one, it's very likely that you'll be able to enter in for yourself. So your entry will be after you see that candle. Do you understand that now? Your entry will be after you see that candle. So if you see that type of candle when price comes into here, then you can take up yourself, and please work with something very, very small. Maybe just work with a 1:3 for this. Again, the coordinate for this current zone is between 1.04286 and 1.04159. All right, now the reason why I'm giving you this explanation right now is very, very simple. Like I said, what we are saying is that this demand zone, all right, is still holding up quite a lot. We've seen first touch into that demand zone, price came out, second touch into that demand zone, price came out, third touch into that demand zone, right? So that gets tells us that this is a substantial demand zone, a substantial support. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So basically what you should be expecting is something like this first candle if you're looking out for sales. However, if you do not see this zone being holding up as a supply, that's to push price towards the downside, then definitely please leave it alone. I'm now what I'm trying to say. When you get see price come here, please don't go and press sell. Please don't go and press buy. Please don't press sell. Please don't press buy. It's very, very simple. Wait for this last candle to close inside this zone. So wait for that last candle to close inside that zone. Once you see that, enter in for your sell or for your buy. If you're entering for your buys again, you'll be using this. So either case, if you're entering for your buy. All right. Is my audio coming through, please? All right. So I want to believe that it is coming through. Forgive me, the internet just went off for a short while. So as I was saying, exactly, just watch out for this rejection candle from when price comes into here. Again, the region or the zone that we're looking at is between 1.04286 and 1.04159. You want to see that rejection candle before you get to enter. Again, you can see that the move that is currently going right now is very, very impulsive. All right, you can see that we have a strong impulsive candle towards that region. And if at all for any reason this zone gets it gets violated, right, it's very likely that price is going to continue bullish, and then price will just decide to use all of this as trend line liquidity, sweep liquidity, possibly from even this fair value gap left behind here, and then this would be our targets in that wise. So can you see that now? This will be our target in that wise. So what you should be watching out for should be the last candle that comes into that region before you take up your buy or your sell. So that is clear. Again, we're watching out for what price does when it gets to come inside there. We get to see a good enough rejection from there. We're looking for ourselves. If not, then watch out for that buy from there. So you're not entering for your buy, you're not pressing sell right now. You are basically watching for what price tells you, for what the candlesticks rather tell you when you get to see price come into that region. So I hope that is clear for Euro USD. If you have any questions, speak now or forever. Sorry, not forever. Speak now, hold your breath for this session. You don't have question, thank God. Thank God. All right, so that's it for EU. So let's look at the Playboy. Check for us UJ and G card. Okay. I'm going to go to GU first. Okay, let's do USD JPY. USD. I have it on my charts here. Okay, I think I was looking for a buy. That was not this week though. That was when 27th. Was that this week? Yeah, that was this week. 27th. Oh, okay. So I think this was, we didn't do this last week. I think it was upper week. The week before this one, the market review that we did. I was expecting a buy from this one. Price came. Yeah, just a little bit of a touch into that region for the buy. All right, but for what we can see right now, price definitely is looking bearish. All right, price definitely is looking bearish. We've had this sweep here. We've had this sweep here. We've had this one here also. Right, so let's work with those two. Let's see what would most likely happen. For some reason, I am tempted to want to start from the, oh, interesting. I'm guessing that's why I marked it out previously anyway. I'm guessing that's why I marked it out previously. All right, so that's the current what they call it, the current pivot region that we're seeing the reaction from on the daily time frame. I think that's what I marked out previously. All right, so let's see what could possibly happen. I think we might actually continue bearish, but I want to see for how long exactly we'll continue, towards the downside. I'm tempted to just want to hold on to this. All right, I'm tempted to just want to hold on to this. Current POI between very, very small POI, as you can see, between 153.606 and 153.155. 153.606 and 153.155 is my current POI. So I'm basically just watching out for price possibility to give us a drop before a buy. All right, but a short buy, short buy. That's somehow the tautology, what they call it, a short buy. But you should understand what I'm trying to say, right? So I'm expecting us a sell, a little bit more of a sell, then we get to see that buy. But for my buys, I'll be expecting the buys from 153.606. And if I'm taking up a buy from here, then definitely I'll still be working with a 1:3. Check 151.1.00, 151, still far down. Let me see. Just use so that's still quite far. If you're watching out for a buy movement from there, I think that's fairly valid for me. Let me see. Yeah, that coincides with where I'll be watching out for an overall buy on using my Fibonacci retracement. So that is where I'll be watching out for. But I am not exactly expecting this to happen between I don't even think it's going to happen this week. Today is already Thursday. I doubt if it can happen this week. This might most likely show us itself, maybe like next week or maybe even upper week with the way UG has been moving on recently. Right, very seeing from the fact that we are looking at this. Right, so let's use this, let's use this, let's use this, let's use this. So this could be the retracement, for the continuation for the buy. Sorry, let me mark that. So before the overall retracement for the buy, but that's still far out. But if you're looking out for buys from there, the playboy, I think it's fair enough for you to hold on to that. Right, but I am assuming, because the fact they're asking for that, I'm assuming that you are a swing trader, and if you're a swing trader, a AOD, you are doing very, very well. But that's a very good region for your buy for the swings. For me though, between 151.0 053 and 149.820 will be my range. 151.053 and 149.820. Right, but currently, if I'm looking at UJ for something that we can quickly use right now, today, between today and tomorrow, hopefully, as long as we have the volume on that commodity, I think I'll be watching out for buys from around here. I'll check the UAD now, Sofishito. So 153.606 and 153.155 will be my buy region on USD JPY. So let's quickly go back to Euro AED, then I'll touch on GBP card, the playboy. All right, so we've seen that break. We've seen that break. Let's see on the 5 minutes. So what I'm watching out for right now, Sofishito, is this candle that let me delete this so that we'll see that a bit better. Yeah, so look at this right now. What I'm watching out for is another candle to still come above. So what I'm basically waiting for is this. I would see that clear break. All right, so I'm watching out for a candle to actually close with a body, not just a wick like as we are seeing in this case, with a body above here, gets a return into here, and then for the buy, and then we get in for the buy. So is that clear, Sofishito? Thank you for bringing that back to my attention. So this candle should close in the next 3 minutes 30. About 3 minutes 32 seconds or so. All right, so once we get to see that candle close and it's even closing massively, that's interesting. So if I thought we don't get to see this anyway, then it means that we're not entering for our buys on this. That just means that our zone and our entry criteria have basically been negated in that wise. But all the same, let's just watch out for what prices. For me, I'll be more comfortable going in for the buys when I get to see that break and retest. So that is place of the sheet. So let's quickly go to GBP card. Was it G card or GA that I was saying one annoying buy on, and somehow I realized that I missed it, but it's better to not trade and still keep your money than to trade and lose your money. It's not financial advice. I'm just talking to myself. It's not financial advice. Okay. The playboy, I hope my explanation for USD JPY was clear enough for you. If you have any questions, you can just still ask them, and let's trash it out before our time today gets exhausted. So let's see. So don't mind me, I'm a very should I say I'm a simple person? I believe so. I'm a very simple and straightforward person. And usually that gets interpreted, or that is something that you get to see on the charts also. Yeah, welcome the playboy. That's something that you get to see on the charts also. I don't look for much. I might just be looking out for that simple thing. If I don't, if the simple thing that I'm very confident in, if I don't see it, I'll leave the chat, please. Not come and cry. So for G card, let me go back to the 4-hour time so I'll explain what I'm currently seeing. G card currently looks locally bullish. So from around this point on January, this is around 25th of January, it looks like we're still trying to be bullish rather. So we've seen for example, this we've seen, I hope you show what I'm trying to show you right now. All those mini eyes, so to speak, meaning is very important, right? Being taken out. All right, and we're just seeing more of such happening towards this end. All right, and if I'm going based off of that, this was the last eye. So you can see that this was the last eye that price broke, and the at that point that eye was broken, we have a pivot region being formed, or a rally-based rally, as you might want to call it. But on GBP card, I am on sell and I am holding till 1.74854. if you are seeing a sell, that is very, very good. Because from what I'm seeing right now, if I'm going to enter for a sell, truly I'll be watching out for that sell to stop maybe around 1.78, 78267. All right, 78. Let me see where you are watching out for yourself to stop. 784. So 74 rather. Oh, you're still even going a lot deeper. 74. That's all right. If you are doing that, then that's all right. But for me, if I'm just going to be taking. All right, if you can hear me and see my screen, just drop a message. Let me know that I'm coming through to you guys. All right, so let's just quickly finish up. So as I was saying earlier for GBP card, I was saying that I think the Playboy mentioned that he was waiting for, it was on his sell and he was still holding his sell to. Give me a minute. Let me just check where is yeah, it was on the sale to 1.74854. Right. So if that is where you're holding it to the table, I think that you're still safe. I think that's still quite all right. However, like I said, we're just looking out for scalp ideas or scalp trades that we might be able to pick all right from here. And that being said, in truth, I'm seeing a possibility for a sell, but not something that I can see right now. I'm not necessarily comfortable with the quote unquote in this case long wicks that I'm seeing right now. All right, but I'm seeing long wicks to the upside and long wicks to the downside. All right, so I think it would be a bit more dangerous to just pick up on a sell trade right now, based off of my own trading style anyway. Might be a bit more dangerous to working for a sell trade. I want to see if we can find anything. Usually, I'll stop on the 15 minutes for my analysis, right? Because once the lower you get, the lower time frame that you go, the lower the time frame you go, rather, the more prone you are to seeing a lot of manipulations in the charts. All right, but I'm just picking maybe the line chart, for example. All right, I'm not comfortable with this. This would have been where I would have loved to enter for the sell. All right, but I'm sincerely not comfortable with this. So for GAP card, I don't think I'm going to give anything. Overall, I'm still seeing the possibility for a sell truly. All right, but right now, I don't think I'm going to be giving anything on GBP card. Saying that currently the type of candles I'm seeing right now are telling me that there's still some level of uncertainty going on. All right, and I'm not seeing clear structure currently from this. If I go to the higher time frame, if this was a swing trade, all right, and I had my TP rest on like the Playboy had his TP, I think definitely the sell should still play out, especially seeing the fact that we've broken below this low here, and that the next high that was made was still lower than this here. So I think that will be a good play for the sell in that wise. All right, but so for GBP card, I think I'm just going to, for the meantime, how do you say it, wash my hand clean off of GBP card. So I'll just leave GBP card for the meantime. Hopefully maybe later on we might still get to see an entry, but for now nothing clear on my end. All right, so last but not the least, all right, for today's stream, let's just look at GBP USD. GU. So let's see. I've tried my best to avoid some of these some of the GBP pairs this week though, because I don't understand why G has decided to be somehow sluggish this week. But still, he did try. So let me just say this. I am more of a swing trader, so sometimes when I'm referring to something as being sluggish is because of the fact that I'm expecting a lot more impulsive movements that take price to where I'm expecting it to go, not sluggish movements on from like what you might see on some other time frames. So let's just quickly put this here. For GBP USD, this low still seems like where price would still be coming towards. All right, so you're seeing this break. So I'm just going to use plain price action here, and I want you to follow through with me, right? So we're seeing this low being broken, right? So if you look at it again, in fact, this was Okay, let's just mark that one, and let's use that one instead. That low being broken, right? We've had